Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Maggie. I am a mom, doula, childbirth educator, super passionate about natural, non-toxic living. So if you're into any of that, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. And if you don't already know, I am over on Instagram as well. I just recently changed my handle. It is Deep Roots Doula of PA. I'll put it here and also link it in the description if you want to check me out over there. I post lots of fun doula, childbirth educator content as well as some stories every now and again. Today I want to talk about why it's important to prioritize non-toxic baby products. When I was pregnant with my son last year, I did tons of research on all of the best non-toxic baby products, and I created a non-toxic baby essential video that I'll link up above so you can check that out if you haven't already. Today I want to talk about why it was a priority for me to find all the non-toxic baby products, and also why I think it's important for other women to do this as well. So we live in a world that is full of toxins, unfortunately, and we come into contact with like 700,000 different toxic compounds and chemicals daily just by walking outside. And I'm not saying that to like stress anybody out or to make you feel like, you know, we live in this apocalyptic world, because that's not my point. My point is that we have control over certain aspects of our life, and one of those aspects is what we bring into our home. So we might not have control over what's outside of our home, but we do have control over the environment inside of our home, what we bring into our home, and essentially like how toxic our home environment is. And so when having a baby, there are a lot of products that you will need, or that people say you'll need, or that you think you'll need, that, you know, will be brought into your home, like car seats, cribs, strollers, toys, play mats, play gates, wraps, carriers, high chairs, all the things. And unfortunately, a lot of these products are made with toxic chemicals like formaldehyde, flame retardants, phthalates, BPA, BPH, and other chemicals like fragrances and things like that. And those are things that don't just stay on the baby item. They do kind of off-gas and disperse into the air. So essentially we have this toxic item in our home. It's off-gassing, we breathe it in, it gets on our skin, in our bodies. Just not a good thing. And the unfortunate part about this is the toxicity of these products isn't talked about enough. So it's really not common knowledge that a baby's car seat, you know, is made with formaldehyde and flame retardants that aren't super good for us. So some of these chemicals have been shown to cause developmental delays, neurological issues, endocrine disruption, like disrupting your hormones, as well as a ton of other health issues later in life, including cancer. So we can mitigate our personal exposure to these toxins by prioritizing non-toxic baby products that we put on our baby registries and that we bring into our home. Another important thing to mention is the fact that human babies are extremely immature. They're still developing on every level. So mentally and emotionally, they're developing cognitively, they're developing their nervous system, they're developing all of their organs, and they're developing physically in terms of moving around and getting bigger and stronger, and their immune system is developing. And when we have an overexposure to these toxins at specific developmental stages, it's been shown to slow those developments down and even stop the baby from developing properly. It's also interesting too because baby's skin isn't fully developed, and it's actually thinner when they are born and extremely absorbent. So if we think about that fact in relation to baby products. You know, we're putting babies in car seats with these chemicals, and they have thin, super absorbent skin. They're literally absorbing all that car seat is made of, which is just like, why do we put these chemicals on these products in the first place? So I personally feel like, one, it's not talked about enough, and it is just so important that we understand the importance of non-toxic baby products. And now you may be wondering, like, what if we don't have access to non-toxic baby products? What if they're too expensive for us? And yes, you're right. Non-toxic baby products tend to be a little bit more expensive, sometimes a lot more expensive. The good thing is there are lots of secondhand places to get baby products nowadays, like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, you know, different Facebook groups and things like that. So there's always somewhere that we could potentially look for these products instead of buying new. And something that I recommend to a lot of people is, you know, put these things on your baby registry. I know that some of us may not, but most of us do have a lot of family that want to buy things for our babies. And being the intentional person that I am, and being super intentional about what I bring into my home, you know, I tell people, like, hey, these are the things that we need, or these are the things that we want, so that we don't get things that we don't want or we don't need, or that we're really just not going to use. So it's a good idea to put these products on your baby registry in hopes and that somebody in your family would purchase them for you, or, you know, you could create a group gift so that multiple people could go in on a more expensive item, so that you're not spending a ton of money out of pocket. Another thing to mention about non-toxic baby products is, yes, they're more expensive, but they tend to be made better. They tend to be of higher quality, which means you're going to get longer use out of them. They're going to last longer. They're not like cheap and fragile, and they're not going to break or become defective in like a year. Typically, products that are more expensive are also higher quality. So you might be wondering why I decided to talk about the importance of non-toxic baby products today. You know, my last video was like baby-led weaning. I am launching a non-toxic baby registry essential guide on November 1st. And this guide has over 40 pages of all the non-toxic baby products that I feel like we need when we're having a baby. And they are tested, researched, and reviewed personally by me in this guide. So that's like over 20 hours of my own research, and, you know, pretty much all the research that I did before I had my son for these products, as well as discount codes to save you over $100 when you purchase the guide, and mom tips and tricks, as well as some bonus content like postpartum essentials. So everything you'll need, non-toxic of course, for your postpartum period, as well as bed sharing safety and how many clothes you actually need for your baby. And I have that sectioned out by seasons and day and night, and it's just super comprehensive, and I've compiled so much information, and I'm so excited to share it. So that's launching November 1st, but until November 1st, because this video will be coming out the Friday before November 1st, I have a special pre-sale offer of 20% off. So if that is of interest to you, you can send me an email or message me on Instagram. I'll put all the information down in the description box, but this guide will be super helpful if you're pregnant, if you're trying to conceive, if you know a friend who's pregnant, or if you're a mom or a grandma who, you know, needs to buy some non-toxic products for their friends or their daughter. It's just a great guide, and I know that when I was pregnant with my son, I got super frustrated because non-toxic baby products were just scattered all over the internet, and I felt like I was looking forever and forever to find the information that I wanted. So I've kind of just put all of this information together for you. So yeah, I truly believe that non-toxic baby products are super important for, you know, the future of our children, of our families, and of our communities. So if that interests you, I'd love for you to check it out. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.